Hey everyone, hang on, I'm transitioning. 1 second. I'm trying to change all of my logos because we were just, hold on. Woo! Okay. Sorry about that. Hey Shmita. Hey Daniel Barry. Mood Poisoning, how you doing? So I was just having to change around my StreamYard because we were filming a scene for our movie. I used to say, I was saying my movie a long time no see, Thea, but it's our movie because everybody's like such a creative, fun part of it. And Thea is like you're a huge help. And I love you and you're so good in it. But today we did a scene with Nicole Hodge and Nikki Rev. And I was just watching it. That's why I'm a little bit late coming on here, because it was way better than I imagined it going. And you people are entertaining so far. The people that I've been like asking to be a part of it they're just entertaining me, and they were really good today. So I'm super excited. Hey baby love you too. Hey Rosaling. Hey Patty. How you doing? How you doing? So yeah, I was having to change my shit around because we were doing it in StreamYard. Because if you do not know, the movie is going to have a lot of live stream interaction with the characters because it's like a murder mystery dinner that I'm going to premiere it as. And so, it's got that. So far I'm digging the Clue vibes mixed with like the Krama community, and it's fun the way it kind of mocks and mirrors Krama. Caitlin, hey Caitlin, I didn't know that was your name for the longest time. I'd see you in chats and be like, this is Kate. And then I put 2 and 2 together. It is so good. And today there was a lot of laughs. We have some characters bring in a little bit of humor into the story, which Thea's character does, because her character is a bitch. So it's funny how bitchy she is. But like the characters today, they were so good. We did like a drama panel with the arguments and the true crime. It was so fun. I can't wait to do it again. Hey Susie Q. So anyways, gather around because I do need to get some shit done, but I wanted to clear up some stuff. I should have Space Monster as my lead detective. I already killed her off in my movie. Right here. Right here. So, no, I'm just kidding. So anyways, gather around and we'll all get to it. No chance, no dance, no chance, no dance, no chance. Give me second chances. That's so cool! Hey! Ow! Ow! My By the way, that was a fake bloody hand, just so you guys know. That's a prop. That's fake. So don't take it as a threat, okay? Jeez, Louisiana. I'm going to vape. So hold on. Let me get my bearings together. Because I was going to do this a little bit earlier, but we went a little bit longer. Actually, we did that pretty quick, huh, Thea? But went a little bit longer then I was going to come on here and clear this up. So it shouldn't be too long. But now I'm no longer Dale Sparks, which is the character that I am in the movie. And we don't have Crime with the K's background up anymore. Okay. Hey, Trisha. Love you, Trisha. Yeah, it did go quick. It did go quick. I meant as far as like all the other shit I had to do tonight, as far as laundry and stuff, and I'm procrastinating. So there's always that. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, so I was laying in bed last night, touching myself inappropriately, and Space Monster went live. Love you, Lokamai. Lokamai, we got to film your scene soon. And so German Lady went up there, and I don't know, I had sent German Lady a email, I think last week, but she never responded. So I wanted to make it clear. If you guys saw the live stream, what was it, last week? Where basically, I'll use the word that we used earlier in the movie scene. It was an ambush of different anger coming from all different directions. And matter of fact, I don't even know what my topic was on that stream. Do any of you remember? I don't even know what I was talking about. Hey, 71. But first it was Lycan that came up with Shit Show, and they were kind of arguing, and they ended up working out whatever beef they had near the end of the stream. Hey, Chicken Lady. And then I think COVID's came up next. And then after that, or no. When COVID came up on my panel, he was screaming, like he was upset with German Lady. I didn't know that they had a thing. Okay. I didn't know most of those arguments were happening at all. Not at all. So I just, kind of was watching it play out. But I did apologize to German Lady. I don't know if she heard it, but I think it was the stream immediately following that I said, I'm sorry for what was said to her on that panel and stuff, but I have to get into a few things here in a second, because I have some, seems to be unpopular opinions on my view when people fight with each other, even, if it's over on my channel, because I don't normally have panels because I like to talk and I like other people to shut the fuck up because I'm talking. Do you understand? So anyways, and I honestly, I still don't even know what problem they have with each other, because I don't really like insert myself in other people's issues, and that's where the unpopular opinion comes into play. Okay. But German Lady, if and when you listen to this, I am sorry, that, well, I'm not sorry that I didn't stop it though, and I'll explain why in a minute. But COVID was upset and he was yelling at her, and so I had dropped a link and I said, hey, if you want to come up, because we had already had Lycan and the Shit Show guy, they had already worked stuff out, so I was optimistic about stuff, because I like seeing people like work stuff out. Yeah, Kayla Drake is a bitch. That's Thea's character in the movie. She likes to cut people off. um, so when that happens, whether it's like on a panel or somebody else's panel, or I'm watching a panel, I usually will like either listen silently because it's just something to listen to, or I'm not going to participate in the dragging of somebody else. So if German Lady took it as that, I do apologize, because I don't have the same views he does, but I didn't have the same views that most of those motherfuckers on that panel had. Everybody was going at each other. And who else was it? It was Lonnie and Scarlett had come up. And matter of fact, hold on real quick, because I need to even refresh my memory on what the fuck was even said. How can you listen silently, Robbie? I try, but never can. My mouth always opens. Well, like, okay, let's say two of the most like sweetest people that I know. Let's say Lokamai and Thea, all of a sudden, like, they get in some sort of argument. They get in an argument of who's sweeter. And Lokamai looks at Thea and says, listen up, you little cunt. I'm fucking sweeter than you. So if you want to fucking try me, bitch, I will come for you. And Thea turns around and says, the fuck do you think you're talking to, bitch? I'm fucking Kayla Drake. You don't want to fuck with me. And then they start going back and forth and they're bickering and arguing with each other, calling each other filthy whores. And Thea's bringing Locomai's promiscuous behavior and her chlamydia and all of that stuff into play. And I hope you're doing better, by the way, Locomai, from the chlamydia outbreak. I know it's pretty rough in those swingers clubs, so you got to be careful. Just kidding. Locomai is not a whore. But Thea thinks she's a fucking whore. So if that were to happen, which it never would, it would be, I'd be kind of taken aback a little bit. Clam slapping. Thank you, Caitlin. Locomai likes to slap her clam. Sometimes it gets a little chlamydia-ish. Okay? That's a thing now, right? We got to be careful, and we've got to keep antibiotics on us. No, I have actual antibiotics, Locomai. Doxycycline. Okay, now I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's going to work for your urethras. You're oozing. Wait, hold on. Serious question. If a woman has if a woman has the clap or gonorrhea, do they have discharge from their nipples? If you disappear, it's you heading into the dentist to open your mouth for a cleaning. I imagine you open your legs too, because they put you on some pretty good laughing gas. Hey, Angie. You're the lover, Angie. Do you have discharge coming from your nipples? Hey, Siri. Does chlamydia cause discharge from the nipples?
Okay, I found this on the web for does chlamydia cause discharge from the nipples? Check it out.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out. It infects your cervix. Oh. It can cause painful sexual encounters. Do men have discharge from their nipples? No. But we also don't lactate. Hey, Siri, does chlamydia go into your breast milk? It's also possible for pregnant women to spread chlamydia. Oh, during delivery, causing pneumonia or serious eye infection to newborns. Not a shame. It's fucked up. Hey, Rachel. So anyways, my point was, if Thea were to bash Locomai for spreading her legs at the dentist and catching chlamydia of some sort, I would feel uncomfortable. Not only would I want to stand within a little bit of a distance from Locomai until she's cured, but I would feel uncomfortable in between the friends. Okay? It would just be weird. So if Thea was up on my panel dragging the chlamydic Locomai, or vice versa, then I would say, well, hey, like, we already had someone work it out on the panel earlier, so here's a link. And I mean, you cannot control what your chat's saying or what people are saying. I will apologize for maybe not making it clear that, but hold on, because I hold on a minute. So I am sorry for that. Hey, Lonnie. Okay, Susie Q. See you later. Why did Siri have an accent? She's British in my phone. No, hold on. I'm going to share the screen real quick. Okay. Now. So this happened. Did this happen on the perplexed panel? No, didn't happen on that one. Oh, here it is. All right, hold on. Let me fast forward. He said pussy. Hold on, because I'm trying to put it in my ears. Hold on. His face. Hold on. Screen. Hold on. All right, hold on. Now I'm going to share this. Did you set up Siri to have a British accent? Yeah, she did have an Indian accent before Wendy. It's adorable. We just kind of got into it a couple of times. Love you, Lonnie. Yeah, I'm okay. You could never be mad at Lokamai, thank goodness. You know, the only reason I would get mad at Lokamai is if she intentionally spread any of her diseases my way, you know? But we're oceans apart. Love you, Lokamai. Just FYI, for entertainment purposes only, Lokamai does not have the clap. Okay. All right, so hold on. I don't know why the sound's not going in my ears again, so give me a second. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to hit play so I could see what he was saying.
Big fucking mouth everywhere you go. Come on. You fucking filter. You're the one who's filtered, you freak. Talking about, oh, you're going to come on, you're going to expose you, I'm going to dox you, I'm going to dox the shit. You're going to dox the shit out of me, are you? Right? Your name is already on your PayPal, like you said, right? So I ain't doxing you, Danielle. You got nothing to say? Hit that link. I'll wait. I'm working. What do you do? Nothing. Talk about that. Oh, I'm an incel. I'm what? No, I don't hear you one time talking.
Okay, so hold on. So now, looking, and this was a 2-hour stream. I don't remember what time of day this was, which I'm not trying to make excuses. What I can say is, like, even if like her name was on her PayPal, I could have said something there, I suppose. So I apologize for that. But it sounds like they go at each other. So in my personal opinion, here's where my unpopular opinion comes into play. Hey, Nikki Rev, you did excellent today. Thank you so much for being a part of the movie. Hey, Shelly. When people are arguing, here is how because I hate how people are like, people don't know how loyalty is. And that's why you said that, Thea. I just realized that. Hold on. Sorry about that. Crime with the K was on the screen. But you know, when people are like, oh, I guess I have a different idea of loyalty or anything like that, I don't think it's up to anybody else to speak up for somebody, or like it shouldn't be expected for people to join in on people's arguments, is what I'm saying. But it should be expected not to contribute to it. So if that was looked at that I was, you know, contributing or agreeing with him because I wasn't saying anything, I also apologize for that, because that's not how it was. Okay, so Chicken Lady says the stream was in the afternoon because I was giving my ducks their afternoon snacks and they were laughing, quacking the whole time. Laughing at the nonsense panel I had. And that's the only time like I've said before, I've ever gotten into arguments with people on here is when like you don't want to involve yourself. I've also gotten in arguments with people that, and I was saying this earlier in a conversation. Love you too, Nikki Rev. Thank you so much. Like if let's say Chicken Lady, I'm naming all the nice people here. Let's say Chicken Lady had a panel that was bashing Nikki Rev. I wouldn't I wouldn't chat. Or if I accidentally did, I'd be like, oh, and I would just dip out, right? But let's say that she was dragging Nikki Rev, and I went in and I was like putting clap emojis and contributing to the whole topic of like dragging Nikki Rev. I've gotten in fights with people over that because I'm like, did you not fucking realize my face was on the thumbnail? The whole thing was about me, dragging me, all of that shit. All of it. So yeah, that could be confusing and a fucking problem, right? But if they're not contributing and they're just friends with those people, who cares? I don't care about that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of shady people in the world, and especially on this platform. Thank you, Trisha. And you know what? That's a good example too, because a lot of people say, like, when Trisha had that stream and it was about the noodle restraining order and all that. And I was in there, and I've been in lots of chats with the other lady that I have a huge problem with. I'm not even going to say her name anymore because she likes it. As soon as she started saying passive aggressive things about the same type of situation, about the order, like protective orders, and she was bringing her take on it when she lied on court documents about me, that's when I spoke up and I had a problem. And, you know, Trisha ended up blocking her and stuff. And I even told her, I said, you didn't have to do that. I was just pissed because when I was speaking up about my order, which was the topic of the live stream, was protective orders. And I know about that shit on YouTube because someone tried to do it to me by lying. And the person that did it to me was in that chat. And when I said something like, oh, like you lied, I said something like that in the chat. I said, yes, German lady, you can. I said, like, you lied on the order. And that's when people were in Trisha's chat that had a problem with it. And they're like, this isn't about you. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you know? So that kind of shit, yeah, I could understand that. But as far as like when people are fighting with each other and stuff like that, especially on this panel, that fucking panel was crazy. Could I have put a stop to it? Because I don't normally hold panels, especially like that, on my channel. I could have. But I mean, it didn't even cross my mind because everybody else was arguing. But I'm glad German lady's coming up because that way I could better explain it like simply to her. And that's also what I wrote down. Hold on, because I take notes. Oh, I'll address that when she comes up about grooming, as Space Monster calls it. Hey, Sarah's Musical Life. How you doing? I saw Shimmer Soul was live again the other night, and I couldn't go in at the time. I always miss her karaoke lives. But they are fun. You guys got some good singers over there. I will say that. So anyways, since she's coming up, she could tell me like whatever part of this, because I was trying to refresh my memory of what the issue was, but she could just tell me. That way we don't have to, you know, go through and listen to those parts again. Hey, Sam. Hope you're doing good. Chicken Lady says, I hate it when that happens. I'll wait to make sure a chat and show is drama free. As soon as I say hi, they start talking crap about someone I like. Yeah, I hate that. That is a good idea, though. I guess I don't ever wait to see what they're talking about, and I should. Because some people's titles can be confusing, you know? That's why I'll try to always put what I'm talking about, like, in the title. And then I'll get off and start talking about chlamydia again. And then we get completely off topic and get in full-fledged conversations with Siri. About the clap, about what was it the other day we were talking about? Hey, just me. Vagina lips or something like that. I don't know, but I do need to start watching my language as well, because I notice I've been cussing a lot lately. I mean, I fucking cuss anyways, but shit. I've been cussing a lot. I like talking about filthy stuff, though, but I could clean it up a little bit. Instead of calling a vagina clam slapping or something filthy, maybe I could just call it like a puckered up duck face. Or something that's not so vulgar. Okay? Is that what that means, by the way, Caitlin? Clam slapping? Is that where, like two clams? You see where I'm going with this? Like two women? Is that what that means? Because that's what I'm getting from it. Clam slapping. Could be wrong. It's like scissoring a little bit. Stay filthy, fucker. All right, let me make sure this is German lady. Let me put my peen screen up. Hold on. Okay. Is that you?
Yes, it's
Oh,
me.
all right.
Hi.
So, hi. How you doing?
I just tuned in. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine.
Oh, you just tuned in. So let me tell you what I said at the beginning. Because I don't know if you heard. I think it was the day after, or it was a stream after that stream where everything was going crazy. And I don't know if you heard, but I specifically was like, I want German Lady to know that I'm so sorry that that happened. Because I figured, I mean, everybody was taking links that day, so I was like, here's a link, and I figured you'd take it. That's why I didn't really put a stop to anything. But I'll let you go ahead and say like what was, because I heard you on Space Monsters. I don't know if you were talking about me, but I wanted to make it clear, like I
No,
wasn't
I
mad
was
you were.
talking in general on hers. You know,
Oh, okay. Well, just
okay.
so you know, I
So,
wasn't mad you were on her panel at all, but I was like, I think I
yeah,
need to clear this up because I wasn't supporting what COVID was saying. I was,
yeah. I think we were talking about May yesterday. You were not really a topic. Like, listen, like even if I'm mad at you or something, I'm not engaging in like trashing you or something
yeah.
I don't know how much you saw like at some point like Hooker came in the chat and was like I called her out on what she's saying about you and but I'm not really that mad anymore about all this, but
Well, that's
it
good
kind
because
of
I wanted,
it caught me off guard. Let me like I did not expect that.
yeah.
And like I mean it was weird that your channel was used for that because I'm sure like 95% didn't even know what that guy was talking about at all. And
I had no idea.
yeah.
Like everybody was coming in, and it was like three different fights going on at one time, and I was like,
Mhm. Yeah, I understand.
kind
I
of
mean
just sitting there, like,
look,
okay,
I'll
well,
be honest, like I was disappointed because me personally I would not have allowed that on my shit. But I mean, of you probably were overwhelmed, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really mad at him anymore over this, honestly. But I was just disappointed in that moment. I was just
yeah, because I didn't know, like, because I did listen last night until I fell asleep, and like I didn't know if you were referring to the panel I had because you were speaking about like people you've defended and then that don't defend you in return and stuff, and I just wanted to make it clear, like when it's people that I like
no.
or
I was more so like there's people who sit next to May Noodles while she's lately like cheerleading for RDA and picking on me for whatever reason. So I mean, it is what it is.
that, well, I'm glad you brought that up too though, because like, and I've seen those videos, and like I've gotten to know May and I like her a lot too. So I just don't tune in, like if it says German Lady or if it's something like that, or with anybody. If it's somebody I like, I just simply don't tune in. And that, but then there's a lot of people also that will just in general that will say, hey, well, how come you didn't say something to this person or correct them? And I'm not even saying about the COVID thing. I'm saying like in general, like correct your friend or tell them what to do or tell them to stop. The only thing I tell people is like, dude, if there's anything I can do to help, I will. But obviously, if I come at somebody and say, hey, you better stop, they're going to tell me to go fuck myself. So I can't use that approach. Uh, but so I always say, hey, if you're willing to, I can see if I could talk to this person, see maybe they stop and then you stop. Like there doesn't need to be even forgiveness, mentioning of people, anything like that. Just like a hey, everybody fuck off. Because a lot of people they're like, God, you want to make peace with everyone and be their friends. I'm like, I do not want to be everyone's friends. That would be dumb. I just, that's really all you can do in situations like that is try to mediate, but even then it's like shit, dude, that's exhausting because everybody fucking fights with each other. So
Hmm.
when that happens, it's like you'd never have time for anything.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
yeah,
noticed
Lonnie was up
like
there and
when I was on Space Monsters last night, like Hooker came in and she was trying to say, well, see how that goes. She was like referring to you. You were this and that. Like, first of all, like she was like trying to say that I'm fighting her because of you. No, I don't like you, Hooker Amanda. I don't like you fucks. With or without Robbie. That Robbie has nothing to do. I'm not manipulated in not liking someone. I have my own opinion. It's not, that has nothing to do. It's not
Well,
like you had to force me to disliking them. No, no, no.
no, I mean, the only thing I would expect as far as loyalty for anybody across the board, no matter how good of a friend you are with somebody, I think loyalty should, just my opinion, as far as the way I do it, is you just should not participate in like dragging that person. You can't control what other people do. I mean, you can be friends with whoever, but loyalty to me is like, just don't fucking be two-faced, because that's not loyal. But like supporting, and that's why I could understand maybe it looked like I was supporting that because he was up on the panel and you were down there. I was letting him vent because everybody else was venting and I didn't know the fight. I didn't know how angry he was. So like, I
No,
apologize if anything's
I
was
was like,
said.
look, I was just thinking, why wouldn't you ask like for any receipts or anything? He was just like drug addict. Like I learned a lot of new things about me on that day. I'm now a drug addict. I'm this and that. Like I'm like over 10 years younger than that guy, and he calls me old, like and all these kind of shit. Like I'm like, what? And
Yeah.
where's the proof that I called him a pedophile, which I've never did? But I have clips where he called someone a pedophile in a chomo like for 1 minute straight. Like, I mean, dude, I mean, if I just wish that you would have said where is proof for any of that what he was saying,
Yeah. And honestly, because that didn't even cross my mind, but honestly, I wouldn't have even asked him that because if it was anything, because you and I have known each other a long time on here,
Yeah.
and you've always been a moderator pretty much since the beginning on
Mhm.
my channel, and we've always got along. So if
Yeah.
there was anything that made you look bad, I wouldn't want on my channel for proof of that.
Mhm.
I'd be like, go do that. I figured like all this fighting was gonna move over to someone else's panel, and when I ended, they would go live
Mhm.
and work it out. So, but I am sorry that didn't happen. I was kind of speechless. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
I
is
think it
going
was
on
fucked
here?
up that it was brought on your channel in the first place, honestly. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
and like
listen,
you,
I have stuff with a lot of people going on. I never bring that over here, honestly. Like I
right.
try to not bring my stuff in other people's channels.
Well, yeah, and that's why like you have no problem speaking for yourself. And that's
Yeah.
why I was like, oh, I figured you'd take a link. And then when you didn't, I was like, oh, okay. And then I don't remember how, I think it ended with Tiffany and Lycan fighting or something like that. I really don't even remember because it was so
No.
much chaos going on. And I know the only people I knew that didn't get along was Tiffany and Lycan. Everybody knows that. Other than that, everybody else, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know they had a problem with each other or how serious it was. But as far as, yeah, I did see Hooker go in there. And one thing you'll notice about that woman is if it's any topic related around my name or people that hate me, she will go over there. You've never seen Hooker around Space Monster's channel ever until she started hating me. And then she's all buddy buddy with her. And but one thing I wanted to make a point of is Space Monster was like, and they groom people over there. They groom them to get you to like them and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, how many fucking times has Space Monster had German lady on her panel? What I
Yeah.
saw that as,
But you've never been mad at me for that at all. Like,
no,
I mean,
no,
no. Me and her, we have like she said yesterday, we disagree on many things, but we have like a common ground where we still can like respectfully like talk to each other. Like she knows I'm not gonna attack her, or
yeah.
of course
But
I'm
what
not.
I saw, and you're smarter than that, but as I'm listening, I'm like, dude, that's exactly what the fuck she's doing. Because as you were talking about, like, you guys have had friends that go at each other or whatever, or she was talking about Beck, she's downplaying her part against you. And then she's like, oh, and both her and Hooker both said, and when people have a panel and they don't defend you when you've defended them, I'm like, okay, I know Hooker's talking about me, and so is Space Monster, and that right there is fucking grooming. Like, you're stupid. Like, hey, Robbie
Yeah,
doesn't
but I
care
did
about
not.
you.
But I did not. I did not
Yes,
took the
Seth.
bait, or I'm not. I wasn't really
Well, no.
going
I know you're.
into that conversation now.
No, I know you're smarter than
I
that. But
went
I was
up
like,
there in the first place because she was talking about May Noodles, and I was we were talking about Lemonade, May Noodles, and the three-letter group. That was kind of like the main topics because me and Space Monster have been around. I mean, you have known them longer than me. Honestly, you probably know them longer than me. But me and Space Monster kind of like also kind of have like similar experiences with them. So yeah, that's
no,
why.
I mean, I didn't hear. The only thing that I heard that I wanted to clear up was to make sure that you knew, because it sounded like you were upset about
I
people
was
not
upset. I
defending you.
was not that much anymore, but that day and the day after, I really was upset. Honestly, I really
Yeah,
was.
no, I get that, but like, Hooker gets up at early in the morning just to talk shit about me. That woman has an issue. Like, she has a hate where she is dedicated to her fucking hate, and that's her problem. That's not mine. But I wanted to make sure, I'm like, okay, I hope she's not buying this shit, because I hope you and everybody else understands that I purposely don't involve myself in people's issues unless I'm letting people know, hey, like, I'm not involved in it. So if you're going to get mad at me, I mean, that's their problem. So when I don't insert myself, it's not that I don't care. It's not any of that stuff. It's just, I always trust that people, and I'm optimistic that they'll eventually work it out. And you see that they do. I mean, look, the whole reason
Yeah,
Hooker
but
ever.
see, here's probably like when you kept dropping the link to
Mhm.
me come up, like I'm not like when I don't like someone that I'm not making like I'm not want to hash, and not only don't want to hash things out, but I have seen the guy argue with other people on panels. He's just yelling over. Like, to me, coming up on a panel, that would just like was no point for me. And that I was like, okay, let him show his ass now. But I still was kind of mad at you at the same time, because I was thinking, like, why is he letting this happening? Why is he not asking for any proof? Why you not like that? That was like my whole issue. Like,
Yeah.
you should. It's one thing because I know you're cool with him, and I cannot tell you who you're cool with or not. But I was like thinking, why are you not like interjecting and say like, do you have any proof for that stuff? I mean,
Yeah, like, I saw your frustration in the chat
mm,
and stuff, and that's why I was like, oh fuck. Like, I don't even know if I was fighting with anyone that morning. Everybody else was. I was like, now I've got another thing to clear up. But no, but what I was saying is, when people do that, like, I was friends with Hooker, and I had made up with Lycan. And Hooker and Manda started fucking dragging me, doxing me. That's why they got it in return. I don't care what story they tell. And and I showed you proof on that. Remember the video I sent you an
yeah,
email? I
yeah.
showed you proof of the dox when I still worked there. And just so you know, Hooker, I was at work where you doxed me and filmed exactly what you doxed from work. And German Lady has seen that. But the whole reason she started doing that was because I was nice to Lycan and I made up with him. I was an adult and she didn't like that, so she started dragging me. Then what did she do once Lycan started dragging me? She made friends with him. But she did it to be spiteful, just like she does with Space Monster, AJ, or any of these people. So, but
Mhm.
my point is, people eventually work it out. So it's like, or if they don't, they don't. But I'm just like, dude, the reason I like people, like the reason why I like you, is because I know that you can handle shit yourself.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it should be my.
Like it's not like I want to really make this clear. What he said did not hurt me at all. Like I've heard it all on YouTube about me. Like I'm getting, I learn a lot of things about about me from that I don't even know that
Me too.
But it was just like it's like I said, like I was just like, why is he not interfering? Why is he not asking questions? Why is he not, you know? But that was pretty much all my issue with that. I mean,
That's good, because I don't know if you got my email. I sent you one. I won't say what it was about, like a week or two ago, and you
yeah,
never. I was like, oh, she's mad. She's not responding. I'll just
I saw
address
I saw
her.
that very late. I don't really check my emails, but I want to address this too. Like, Manda, you fucking hypocrite. Like, if you talk about that email with that comment that I made in your chat about Epstein and are you talking about that?
Amanda's mad about that, but she'll sit there and call people child
Yeah,
predators and shit like
I
that.
was just saying that
Take a
was
seat,
it's
Amanda.
not even, I was not even being serious with that comment. And listen, that's my whole problem with Manda and Hooker, honestly. That pointing fingers and playing like outraged Karens. Meanwhile, they're calling you the FAG. Meanwhile, they're defending, I don't even want to say their names, but guys who say the most outlandish things. But she is upset about an Epstein comment, like, and then calls me out of my name, which which Manda defended me for years about it, and now she's engaging with the same rhetoric. Shame on you, Mandolin. You really showed yourself. You really show yourself, Mandolin. And piece of shit Laura, of all people, was right about you, Mandolin. The CPS caller Laura was
By the
right
way, I
about
love Laura. I don't agree with
you. Yeah,
that.
yeah,
See,
yeah,
now,
yeah.
now I
I know.
gotta
I know.
do disclaimers
No,
again.
but the quote unquote, what people are calling her, she was right about you, Mandolin, and you are not one to call that one out because you are a real lifer yourself, and you
She
have
absolutely
real
is.
other real lifers like Steph on your panel judging another real lifer. Who are you? Like, get out of the, like, this fucking fake outrage over that fucking comment that I made, which no one even paid attention to, honestly. Like, she put attention to that fucking comment, like she wanted like an outrage over that.
Hmm.
Get out of here, Mandolin. Really, you and your fake outrage, stick it up your geriatric girlfriend's coochie. Really.
Well, let me give you an example. And good night, Seth. Sorry, I'm trying to have a conversation here. Um, Here's a good example of how hypocritical Manderlin is. So this was like 2 years ago, and they support, I forget the guy's name, but they support this guy, and they said it wasn't bad what he said. He said he was going to inseminate in someone's dead relative's corpse and then punch her in the stomach and have it shoot out. So when Mander was defending that, I said, oh, okay, Manda. So is it okay if
Yeah,
if I were to say that same thing and I worded it towards her deceased mother? To this day, Manda still says, oh, he's so sick. He said this about my mom. I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
dude, you literally have that dude in your chat who said it, and I
Exactly.
was comparing it.
That's my
You
point.
are a hypocrite. You're a real lifer and all that shit, Manda, and your little mommy girlfriend. You guys do all that shit, and you don't show what you do to people first,
Yeah, that
and it's
you make.
bullshit.
See, she went like, I always thought she was like genuine, like not even like before she fell out with Starlight. Like, she used to be like, I really thought she was like genuinely like over words, like, or she was very like pro LGBTQ and this and that. And then she flipped on Starlight, and then all of a sudden make like a 180 and teamed up with all these people, which she called laying the sword down, which actually is hate bonding. That's my problem with you, Amanda. I don't care if someone lays the sword down with someone. You teamed up with them because you wanted to go at Starlight, and you defended the same people who oinked at her, or who oinked at you, and called your children the R word and all this and this and this and that. And 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 then you defended the same people and said like, oh yeah, it's just words on YouTube, it's just then she says, yeah, oh, people are upset over words. Manda, no one was more upset about words than you. So you were fake all along. You were fake all along. And then you went, you go from this outraged person, which I thought was genuine, to someone who defends, like you said, defends the most outlandish shit, and now you want to be back to outraged Manda over my comment. Like, you need to choose a struggle. You need to pick a struggle, like either this side or this side or this side. You cannot flip from outrage to you know, like whatever. Like it's like either you are outraged or you're not, or you're defending like freedom of speech or whatnot. Like, you cannot choose on a daily, like, which one is it? No.
Oh, I wouldn't. That woman, she is so all over the place. And I'm saying this, not German lady, but nobody is genuine who abandons their kids to move to a different state because YouTube is more important, and meeting somebody and moving in with somebody from YouTube is more important than your family. That's the way I see it. And see, I've worded it differently before, and they're like, oh my God, he's going after my family. No, I'm actually defending your family, which you don't care about because you abandoned them.
I want these days, I used to really go in on parenting of people. I try to not do that anymore, so I'm not going to comment on that. That's not my business.
I
honestly.
make it clear because she says that when I shared that picture with Amy privately, that I was, because her kids were down in the bottom. Okay. She is clearly in the picture in my focus when I said, oh, here's finally a full body picture of Mander. And she's like, that's my niece. No, it's not. She had a COVID mask on and it was Manda. And so she will sit there and say, oh, he has pictures of my kids in his phone. He's spreading them around. First of all, it was on your public Facebook. And I was pointing out because you, Manda, and your girlfriend, who can never confidently hit the live button with your camera on ever, have a lot to say about people's looks. And you shouldn't be because of that picture. Because you're nobody to talk about anyone's looks, but you already know that. That's why your camera's always off unless you can pre-record it, filtered as fuck. That's my point. It has nothing to do with your kids. I feel sorry for your kids, and I feel sorry for your ex that you just threw all of the responsibility on. And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's a defense of your
my
kids.
biggest issue is like, first the hypocrisy, then like changing your face literally like on a day, like depending on where she is, she changes her face like that. You're not a genuine person. Nothing is like, she says, my filthy mouth. Yeah, sorry, I'm sometimes I do have a filthy mouth, but you know me like that, Manda. Now it's a problem. You hadn't had a problem with my mouth for like how many years? I haven't changed. You have changed. I have not changed. You sure did. You did a complete 180 because you had a problem with other ponies, quote unquote, the group ponies. Yeah, you changed your face, so you were fake as fuck. You can say about my mouth what you want. I'm at least not fake. And who are you to gatekeep the drama community? Who are you, Mandolin, to decide who's in the drama community or not? Like, I'm not in the
who the
drama
fuck is
community
she?
because of my filthy
They
mouth.
put themselves up here, Hooker and Manda, because they have such like this self-importance from YouTube. Like I said, YouTube's more important than their actual fucking family and shit, that they care so much about their reputation and keeping those numbers up because they talk about them so much, that they're not putting actual value in shit that actually matters. They're not like, they will literally come on and like, just, they don't do anything else but drag people. That's it. And they don't want resolution because that's the only reason anybody ever talks to them or goes to their channels, because they know they can rely on them being shady, dramatic streamers. They don't have anything else to offer. So as far as all that shit that they, she gets kicked out of communities and doesn't care, which Manda has, she doesn't care because then it gives her something to talk about. She don't give a fuck.
No, she was in that post that you sent me. I don't check her community feed. Like, Mandolin, I don't read your community feed unless people show me that, really. Like, you're wasting your time anyway. And not only that, like insinuating I got kicked out of the drama. Who kicked me out of anywhere? Like, I literally made a stream like 2 months or 3 months ago where I said I don't want nothing to do with the drama community. I don't follow their rules. Like, I literally said, I'm not in any community. I don't follow
Me neither.
these kind of rules. so I made the decision, and you are not one to make any fucking decisions or decide who's in a drama community. Because last time I checked, Mandolin, the DC doesn't like real lifers, and you doxed someone's job, and you called the police on someone, which I've never did. So
Yep.
who are you, you real lifer piece of shit, to decide who's in the drama community or not? Just saying.
Yeah, and as far as, how, because I did see Hooker's comment when you were like, you call Robbie the F word as a gay slur,
Yeah,
and she's like, well, that's what he is. It's a fact.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And
She doubles down. Yeah.
yeah, their excuse, and they think that that actual word hurts me. It's the hypocrisy that annoys me because
And I,
they will say, well, we're lesbians, so we could say that. Well, the
no,
F word is not slang for lesbians. First of all, it's for a gay man, and it's not a good term to call them. So you're telling somebody, so we got to explain it like they're preschoolers because they're stupid. When you don't like somebody and you point out that they're gay and you're attacking them for it, calling them a gay slur, that is not family and love and equality. It's because you're being a cunt. That's what it is. And you're bitter and you hate men because none of them want you. God only knows what your issue with men is. And you see an attractive, fucking confident man who's not afraid to put you in your fucking place and respond back to you. And that fucking bugs you. Well, I don't
no,
give a shit. If,
you know
if you
damn
just shut
well,
the fuck up, then I wouldn't have to
uh,
put you in your place every fucking time.
you know damn well, if I would call them a word that rhymes with bike, if I would call them that, they would be
Mm-hmm.
making community feed and fucking get the pitchforks out. But they can say all these kind of things. And there was, did you see where this? I'm not sure if you're familiar with that Cluminati. She was arguing with someone on a panel and called him the FAG word, and everyone was outraged. They wanted to get rid of her. So they forced Savage to cut ties with her, and she got pretty much ousted for arguing with someone on a panel, calling a gay guy the FAG word, and other
Right.
things too. She said some racist stuff, I guess. But I mean, they call you that all the time, and no one says anything over there. Like, so they people pick and choose who can say certain things or not. And like literally, Manda was like waving the rainbow flag for like how many years now? Even before she was with Hooker. That's why I always thought she was genuine with that. But come to find out, she's fake as fuck.
Yeah,
She's fake as fuck.
they're the type of people from, since I am gay and I don't go to Pride and stuff, they're the type of people that are the reason that I don't go because they're very hypocritical. As far as like defending what they do, because I've called people the F word, but I've apologized afterwards. And the people I've called the F word were straight. So it didn't even bug them at all. But that
Yeah.
wasn't right of me to do. They can't take accountability, even when I proved to people behind the scenes with a video when I worked at that job and said, do you see this? This is the bus. This is what they doxed. And they want to make an excuse that it was a random Google they pulled up. Oh, no, no, no. It was very detailed down to the T, to the specific route and everything that they did. And so I called them out for it. And they're like, no, we just Googled it. Well, why would you do that to begin with? What, are you stalking me? Why would you even care to fucking do that if that were even the case? But as far as them using the excuse that since they're gay, and they're comparing it to, how African Americans call each other the N-word, that is used as a term of endearment to take the hate out of the N-word. You're not taking the hate out of the word because you don't like me. You're using it as a slur, and it makes you look even more ignorant when you sit there and defend, like Manda's always done. Oh my God, they called him this. When they used to call me the F word, she used to defend me. But now all of a sudden, that's what I am. No, you
Hi,
guys are just
Nikki.
flat
Hi,
out
Steffi.
ignorant.
Hi, Crystal. Here's my thing
Hi,
with
Crystal.
these words. To me,
Hey, Nikki.
context does matter. If two gay guys call at each other, that's one thing. If you know how it is when there's panels with a lot of straight guys on there, they gonna call each other that if they argue. I mean,
Yeah, that doesn't bug me.
that's what most guys do. If they argue, they call each other that word. But if it goes against a actual gay person, that's a little different. It's the same with, people are so outraged over the R word. Like, I say that sometimes too, but if you are actually saying that to a disabled person, that's a whole different context, as if I would call you, oh, Robbie, stop acting, regarded today. Stop acting regarded, or Nikki, you are fucking regard, But it's a difference if you say that in an argument to someone who is not, but like actually making fun of actual disabled person or an actual challenged person. Context does absolutely matter. But you are a gay guy, you're very open about it, and they call you that.
Yeah, and it's their hypocrisy, which is put on display for everyone to see. And if you're smart, you see it, and if you don't, you don't. That's what bugs me, and that's what I call them out for. Do you really think I give a shit if they call me that word when I am gay and I sleep with hot men and have married a hot man and have always been with hot men, some ugly, just for fun or whatever, but I'm able to get men. You're mad because I can and you can't. That's why you're stuck with each other. That's my opinion on it. And I also think that these women are it's very, to me, it's a red flag when somebody has never, ever turned on their camera, except if it's a cam slip, and they go after, they're hiding behind an avatar talking about whether it's Lycan's little penis, his body, my hairline, going after people's looks. And it's like, the reason you do that off camera is because you are insecure. That is the reason. So it's not offensive you're doing it. It should be offensive to yourself, because I know I am way hotter than both you bitches on your best day. And I haven't even showered yet.
But are they actually like...
Thank you, Jill. Uh-oh.
Waking up. And I'm not like his biggest fan. Like he talked trash on the channel. Like he took like a few shots at me too for some reason. But
you broke up for just a second. Can you start your over what you were saying, because your sound was skipping.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So since you're bringing Lycan up, are they for me as an outsider looking in for what they have going on? Are they trying to impress certain other creators by going at him? Because what are they actually like? I mean, he used to go at Natasha Cooper, and he goes at, of course, with Granny's Watching and Tiff now. But what are their part in this? Like, why are they so, always shooting at him? Like, I don't necessarily like the guy, but I don't make him my content. I don't make videos about the guy, but they do.
Well, I'll tell you
do
why.
Do they try to impress Granny's Watching? That's what it looks like to me, honestly.
Yes. Look what I said about Hooker being in Spaces chat. But mainly what they do, and I've noticed this with Manda, but now Hooker as well, is they cling on to a very popular creator. Before it was Randy's Life, and those other people that were more popular, Wendy and Diane's channel for Amanda. And then when that didn't work out, they find someone that they can be liked and they can get in nice, so they can sub poach, or because they're all about numbers. So
over at Randy's, over at Randy's, people know what Manda is by now.
Oh, I know. I showed Randy the docs.
Like Manda thinks, because everyone is now on board, on the same page against Laura, she thinks she can go in these chats and just don't think for a second that Randy changed her opinion about you, Mandolin, or they know exactly what kind of fake fuck you are. You can fool these people who are very new to you over at Granny's, who you called worse than Laura, by the way. I'm looking for that sound clip. She deleted her old stuff where she said Granny's Watching is worse than Laura. I just remind you, Mandolin, you said that, absolutely, when you were hate bonding with Lycan, by the way, you fucking serial hate bonder, and flip-flopper. And so yes, she looks for approval in new places where people are kind of new to her, they know probably Hooker better than they know her. But over at Randy's and DC, that she likes to refer to the DC, most of them know that she's a fake fuck now.
Well, look at Hooker. She mooched, she was clinging on to Natasha for the longest time. And people can say whatever they want about, bigger creators who have actually started their channel from being noticed from true crime or whatever it is they've done that was actual content. If you take Hooker and Manda by themselves, they were never noticed for being them. They were noticed from being in people's chats, communities. They've never done anything creative, ever. They've never done anything original. They've always clung on to and defended and done drama streams defending these popular creators so that they can get in nice with their following. And that is a fact from, witnessing it myself. That's what they do. Tell me where they've done original content and I'll retract my statement. It's never happened. Not one time.
She wrote in what I was saying that I want her attention so bad. Bitch, I dragged her for like a year ago. So I made like 2 streams. I made a stream when they called the police on you, if you remember. My opinion has been consistent with you, Mandolin, since you flip-flopped like a fish, like a flounder that you are. You flip-flop like a flounder, you look like a flounder. So if it talks like a flounder, if it walks like a flounder, if it wobbles like a flounder, if it looks like a flounder, you are a flounder. So I have been consistent with my opinion on her. She says, I want her attention. She wants your attention. She wants liking attention really, really bad. Every time you make a stream, you don't even have to talk about her. There she is putting up a short clip. Hey, Bob, or a video, but Bobby or Bob or
always.
Yeah,
always.
Who wants whose attention? I know you don't want mine really, Mandolin. Because if we ever meet on a panel, it's not going to look too good for you, bitch. Because I'm going to tell you about yourself. And you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it if I really start telling you about yourself. And people saw you flip-flopping. And people saw you change your opinion like a fucking motherfucker. You flip-flop more like a fish.
Yeah. And so I went on their panel.
Consistent. I'm pretty consistent over here with my filthy mouth, like you want to call it. So if we ever meet on a panel, it's not gonna look very good for you because you're gonna hear about yourself.
Thank you, Lark. I've gone on their panel. They dropped the link. They're like, if any of you, I hit it immediately. What did they do? They spoke over me and ended up booting me.
Yeah, there's no
because
point.
I was speaking
Robbie,
facts.
There is no point in going there. If you do that, do it on when they don't expect it on a neutral panel or something, because where they cannot control the narrative or where they cannot control the mute button and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Hooker did that with Lycan when she had a problem with him. She was on my panel and we were talking about Miss Portland, and I was like, Lycan's backstage, and he wanted to talk and he was being very peaceful when he came up. She's such a pussy. She dropped down. She's like, I'm going to drop down. I don't want to be on a panel with him, and left immediately. She has a lot to say about people when they're not right in front of her or right there to talk to her. But on the spot, she can't fucking do her gibberish bullshit unless she could mute you.
See, look at Nikki's comment. Nikki says, I have never had a problem with Mander, not ever. Then out of the blue, for no reason, she suddenly starts attacking me, trying to impress Granny's watching. Yes, exactly. And I don't have a dislike for Granny's watching. Granny's watching hasn't done shit to me. I have my opinions here and there, but overall, she's not really, I don't really think about her that much. She's not, I don't attack her or I don't do streams about her really. So, but I guess because Nikki does have her as a topic, Mandolin wants to almost like be the attack dog. Like she's like a pick-me girl. Like, look, Granny's watching what I'm doing for you. Like
exactly
that kind of thing,
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what they do. Even when they doxed me, I even sent Randy and Wendy the video proving that it was a valid dox. And so they knew it. They were live when I sent it to them and they were like, oh, wow. So, and that was the same day that they doxed me. It was the same day they called the police on me saying I was doxing them. I was like, you got to be kidding right now, right? She was like, and the sheriff told me, she's like, well, I was like, do you realize what they're doing online right now? She's like, well, no, but this woman sounded very, very terrified and scared. I'm like, go listen to her tone on her YouTube channel. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Scared.
Nikki, you want to come up? Nikki, maybe Nikki wants to. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I have
mean,
like
it's very
15
interesting
minutes if
because
she does.
honestly, like Nikki, for the most part, she's not really attacking people. Like for what I see, I
She just
mean,
speaks her
she has
opinion pretty
history, of course.
respectfully.
I mean, she has history with space monsters and stuff. But I don't know Nikki as like being like attacking people for no reason, or you know, especially not. I mean, Manda and Nikki are not in the same community, really. Like,
Well, and that's why
me.
yesterday I was also confused too, because I didn't know. I was like, okay, maybe she's not talking about me. Maybe she's talking about, you know, like Nikki's been on May Noodle's panel. Maybe that's what, like, I didn't know. So I wanted to clear it up just so you knew, like, I wasn't doing that out of spite or anything like that. And like, I don't care if
I
you
don't even
like,
I
I
don't
can't
even
tell
know
you.
what you're talking about because I don't really watch. I haven't. I Of course people tell me what's going on there, but I don't watch her. I don't watch her, no. But I
Yeah,
will.
because you said,
She's gonna get some attention from
Me.
me.
okay. Well,
Hi.
because when you said
Hey.
people are going to get mad at me for being here, I was like, I hope she's not talking about me because
Yeah,
I'm not going to get mad at her.
I was like thinking they're probably gonna get mad at me for
Oh
even
no, I
going
was
there.
mad. I told Robbie, no, she's out. She's out of the club. We're no more with German lady.
But
No, we can't have her.
I really want to say that, and I'm sure you probably listened. If she would have said, if she even would have brought you up, I wouldn't have engaged in
Yeah.
any of that. Like I'm not like Nikki never. I like Nikki. She never did me wrong. And Robbie. I mean, I was kind of, maybe they would wanted to take advantage that, you know, they probably saw that stream and they thought, okay, maybe she's mad at him now. But I'm not really that mad anymore, honestly. I was, you know,
Well,
the
I
first.
always say the thing that annoys me though is exactly like you going up on Space Monsters panel is in so many, I would say most of the time, people will see something like that and then they get an attitude, like they'll get an attitude with you. And that pisses me off because I feel like we're grown. We you know, we go where we want to go. We should be able to go on whatever panels we want to go on for whatever reason. And that's it. Like you shouldn't be punished.
Yeah.
Right.
You should be able to do that. And I obviously I understand that if, you know, if she started like saying, you know, Robbie this or Nikki that, I know that you wouldn't have hung around there, or you would have probably said something. But other than that, but people do that a lot. I've noticed.
I actually fought, Robbie, if you remember, I actually fought on Space Monsters panel before, because I went up there, like it's like over a year ago, and I went up there just to chill, and like we had like a
I have
conversation,
I have the
then
clip.
shipwreck back started going because of Robbie, and I'm like, why are you now starting shit, like, and me and her started like then really fighting there,
I,
you know.
I have that clip.
Yeah, I
Actually, yeah,
know.
when it started to get hostile, I think German lady, because German lady, what you usually do is you usually try to change the subject, or at
Yeah.
first, you know, you try to be calm and be like, yeah, okay, we're not going to do this.
And
But
I
yeah,
told her,
and
if you remember that clip, I told her, Stop it back. I'm not here to argue. Like stop it
yeah.
now." And I told her numerous times till I then finally snapped, you know, because she
Yeah.
like, you piece of shit, you support this, like she wouldn't stop, and I'm like, back, stop it. I'm not here to fight, because people always, you know, people accuse me that I start fight. I don't really start shit, but you
No.
know, I was trying to tell her, please, you know, calm down here, I'm not here to argue,
Yeah.
but she wouldn't stop, you know.
Let's
Yeah.
let me show this real quick. You've upset the flounder. Hold on.
Who?
I'm just gonna read this because this is a good example of their real life bullshit that they do. So Amanda just said, German bitch, I guess you don't realize how much different someone calling you a name is than actually calling people pedos.
I don't
You're on the
call you a
panel.
pedo. Oh my goodness.
So
Are
this is
you
part of her
fucking
real life.
kidding me?
this is part of her real life bullshit right here. She's talking about you being on my panel. She says, you're on the panel of an actual pedo sympathizer and someone who lives with one. Make it make sense. And so let me explain. Manda and Hooker, they looked into my husband's entire family, my family, like that's what they do. And I don't, no matter how many times you bring up my family members, no matter who it is I live with, whether it's a brother-in-law, fucking grandma, I don't care. That's none of your business. And you're never going to get it out of me because it's not even my business. And for you to sit there and say that I sympathize with pedos is you're implying that I support that behavior. And I do not do that. I support forgiveness, Manda. So if you keep saying stuff like that, you're going to have a lawsuit on your hands. And I can promise you that because you guys like to talk about lawsuits, but I have actual evidence of all the bullshit you've done. And you're not intimidating me by saying that. You're making yourself look like the real lifer that you are. She says, but nobody is upset by your comments. Obviously, Amanda, I'm going to stop you there. You are, because you're making a whole post about it.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. But Manda, you defended, how many years has Mandolin defended me over that? And now you want to join in the group? That shows just how fake you are, Manda. I'm sorry. Like but I'm glad you're listening and that my words are ringing through. Like I'm very glad that you're listening because someone needs to tell you.
You want to take a link? I got like 15 minutes. Come on up. I'm just going to read the end of this. She says, you're crying about being called a man, so I made a point. I'm just going to say this as an outside observer, a German lady. I think you're beautiful. I think Manderlin's partner looks more like a man than anyone.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but it's just the hypocrisy. Like how, like you defended me for years for that, and then you want to join in. Like that tells more about yourself. Like I mean, whatever.
Yeah. But I just wanted to thank you, Amanda, for getting triggered immediately and letting me show people in real time how your real life fucking bullshit works.
And I don't
judging people for who they fucking live with and shit, but it's none of your fucking business. But you don't like people going into your family, talking about your family and shit, right, Amanda? That is real-time hypocrisy, folks.
And let me say this, because they take that fucking comment that I made so serious. Let me make a public disclaimer. Neither Mandolin or Hooker are pedophiles or pedophile supporters. I hope they both can sleep better today than yesterday. Now, that was not the intent of my comment there, honestly.
I don't even know about that comment, but they sure have no problem throwing that word around because they don't have anything else to say about me besides that.
That comment that Epstein that I made, like, but that was not. If they take that serious, Jesus Christ, honestly. But that's why I'm saying, public disclaimer: neither Mandolin or Hooker are pedophiles or pedophile supporters.
She's probably not even up. She's probably upset for the flounder comment. That's why she's triggered. Because that's a fact. So that's why she's triggered. But see, they can't take digs like that at people because it doesn't fucking work. So what do? They go real life on people.
She literally promoted. I'm not going to even say the channel name. You probably don't know the person. They literally like promoted someone's channel link who talked about how good 12-year-old pussy is.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
Like I mean, come on now, you and people like Bird and shit like that.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. That kind of shit, Mandolin, and you are upset about that little comment. Come on now, Amanda, you're not really upset about that comment. Are you kidding me?
So wait, that comment was said on a channel that they support. Were they there when this happened, or
they shared this person's link? Who says like very, 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 very.
Wait. Is it Street? Is that who you're talking about?
Maxer?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I put it in the private chat, but don't say it out loud. But you probably know who that is, or
that sounds really familiar. That's why I'm asking, because I swear I've heard that.
Well, I mean, it's just like I was saying earlier about the corpse comment. that Mando supports that guy. He goes into their chats all the time. They're fine with that. But when I say, oh, would you be okay with someone saying that about your mother? All of a sudden, I'm the bad person. I'm not the person that came up with that term. Your friend did, that you like firmly support.
That's why
that was my whole point.
It's not genuine. It's not genuine outrage. They know damn well it was not serious. She knows that. She just wants to have people outraged with her. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on.
I put it.
Oh yes, that's the same person that said the corpse comment.
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Oh yeah, so you know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. And that guy says a lot of, and she says,
oh,
yeah, and she defends that person. She defends that person.
Well,
and
what I will say is,
his link out. She put his link in her chat and shit. Like, I don't want to hear outrage from you, honestly, because it's fake.
well, here's what I'll say about their friendships. To anybody that hears this, if you feel like they care about you and you don't have a channel and you're not popular, you're not bringing in numbers like they like, see how many times they defend you or do a whole stream defending you. It's not going to happen because you're not popular. They'll do it for Granny, though. They'll do it for anybody else that has high numbers so that they can get them, because that is truly their confidence on here as a number. They're not going to sit there and defend people that nobody fucking talks about. They don't care about what they're talking about. They care about what comes with it and how can it benefit them. And it's been like that fucking forever. When I was getting super high numbers with Chris Watts and all this other stuff, Manda was all up in my chats kissing my ass. That's all they fucking care about.
I don't care if you have 50 people in the chat. I actually, honestly, I like hanging out at like really small channels. That's why people don't really see me around the big drama channels chats. I go like if I'm somewhere, it's mostly like really smaller channels, honestly.
Dude, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Do people not realize that numbers are going to go up and down? And when people throw that around, that's not a real insult. What else do you have to offer outside of YouTube? Nothing? This is it? Oh, okay. Well, good for you. That's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, so as far as Mander goes, for all the years that I've been in this community, her and I've always been nice to each other. Like, I don't really know her like very well, but every time I'd see her, it'd be like pleasant and hi, how's it going, whatever. And then that's fine. And then one day I was up on Amber's panel and Hooker came up and she literally like came up looking to fight with. I didn't even know who she was. I honest to God, I had no idea who that was. I'd never spoken to her, never heard of her, nothing. And what was that about? I still, to this day, I don't know why she came up. Well, I mean, other than maybe because I was talking shit about Granny, but I didn't even know that at the time. But yes, so if it's very reminiscent. I can't even speak today. I don't know why, but it's very much like an attack
Your
dog.
English is getting
like,
better, though.
I almost said something that could have gotten us in trouble, but yeah, it's like I don't know if she wants to be like her pit bull or something. It was fucking weird. Imagine being on a panel and someone you don't even know.
And that was all because you're my friend, basically.
Yeah.
Because she was also, once again, Hooker finding another excuse to talk about me. And yes, I have tuned into their streams. Every fucking stream I've heard of theirs, my name comes up nonstop. Bob, Bob,
weird.
Bob. It's like,
yes,
dude, go fucking get a... Never mind. Clearly, they're not pleasing each other. I'm just going to say that.
It was just weird, but I have never had that happen to me before or after. And I mean, and also this is news. Here's some news that I just found out today. Apparently, COVID dragged me on a fucking live that I knew nothing about. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to join whatever club
I'm telling you a secret, Nikki. He used to.
By the way, this is their opinion, not mine. Keep going.
He used to drop flowers to me too in chat. He used to prayer symbols and shit to me too. That's why I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just saying.
I
Scotty knows
don't
too. I mean,
know him. I don't. I
T2
mean,
literally
I've said
doxed
hi
my
to him.
boyfriend.
yeah.
Was
I've
that
said hi.
recent, Scotty?
To
I've,
literally.
I've,
See,
I've never
and
had
that's
an actual
something I'm not
conversation
going to
with
tune
him.
into because that's not okay.
Oh my God.
Mm.
I have never watched that person, honestly. Like, I heard of her. I heard of her. I saw some clips. I've never subscribed to that person. I heard only bad things, honestly.
Well, see, with her, and I, in the beginning, because I was, she was more against Natasha in the beginning. And so we didn't really care for each other. And then I've got to know her outside, but I've also got to know Scotty. And so, yeah, I definitely am not, I don't support that. So see, that's another thing. I haven't seen her live streams or where this happened, but now that I know that's going on, like, I'm not going to tune into those specific streams because that kind of shit. But then it's like, it does become uncomfortable because it's like, okay, I'll use this for example. If TT like continued to do this on a live stream to Scotty, it's like, well, even I guess if I went to other streams that maybe it's not happening, in a sense, that still kind of shows like, do you guys think that still shows you're okay with that behavior?
See, yeah. Look at Siren's comment. See,
She
I'm
turned on
telling
me
you,
exactly, Siren.
she tried to say I turned on her because she started being cool with Steph or something. No, I mean, there's other people who are cool with that woman, and I don't give a fuck. The problem is you made a
I've
whole
never paid attention to that Steph chick. She's a mess, dude.
but Manda used to be very against her, and then she made a 180 and changed her whole demeanor. That was my problem. Like it's one thing to say I'm laying the swear down, you go your way, you go my way. They hate bonded against Starlight and other people, and like that was, to me, that was the most ridiculous fucking thing that I saw. Literally teaming up with people who oinked at her and called her kids potatoes or regards and all kind, like this and that, like put like pictures up on community feeds and shit. Like, I mean, and then you defend the person. Oh yeah, she blah, 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 blah. Like that was that whole like she changed her whole face. Like she showed how two-faced she is.
Well,
Change your
dude,
whole religion.
look at
Yeah.
and I'm good with Noodle Mash now. Look at how angry and hateful they were towards Noodle. Like, she's a fucking liar. She's almost every stream going after Noodle. And now like they just flip. And it's probably because Noodle and Lycan don't get along now, so that's why. And plus Noodle and Granny, I think, get along, I'm pretty sure, and that's why. It's
Fuck
always
that.
like that for them.
Can you imagine? Imagine being a part of it. Just imagine being in this community or anywhere and being that way. Just constantly turning on people, making friends with your enemies, betraying your friend. I mean, fuck that.
Yeah, and Nikki knows, because the fights that I get into, people think that it's two-faced, that I'm not going to get involved or not hate the other person for them. So then they'll call me two-faced once I stop talking to them because they gave me an ultimatum. I'm like, no, you're the one who did that, not me.
Yeah.
And it's people do that all the time. That's why for me, I'm going to choose, and I don't care who fucking likes it. I'm not going to do it to please people or worry about losing subscribers. And who was that? Amanda said that. Oh, Robbie just killed his channel by defending Laura. First of all, I wasn't defending what Laura did. I was just saying my take on it and how, it's three. Everybody has different opinions. Me and Nikki have a different opinion. Everyone. Okay. And like, I'm going to worry, oh, I better change my opinion because my channel's going to die. Fuck you. I'm not going to change my opinion. That is the whole point of being myself, and why, just like earlier, I don't belong to a community either. If you don't fucking like my opinion and it bugs you that much, then don't fucking listen and make a community post within 2 minutes of me saying something, Manda.
Well, if Manda is so outraged about CPS callers, she shared someone's link, Bird, Who is a CPS caller? I have a clip on my channel where he talks about reviewing his live CPS call. Like, I mean, bitch,
What?
like that's what I'm talking about. Fucking selective and fake outrage. So
Yep.
she says your channel is dead. Like, I mean, that bitch literally like promoted the guy who literally threatened to swat her on behalf of staff like months prior. Then she made a whole 180 and teaming up with them and defending what they're saying. So, yes, Manda,
Well, I'll
you
tell
also
you what bugs Manda. No matter what topic, let's say that I switched genres, my channel blows up or completely dies, at least I'm not stuck with your face, and I have this one. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh god.
That's what you're really pissed off about.
Yeah. So, who else is attacking you lately, Nikki? What's going on there?
Well, Space Monster.
Yeah, well,
Is the
yeah,
main one.
she's never stopped, but
Can I ask you, Nikki,
just
how did it
COVID.
start? Because I missed how it originally started. You calling grannies watching out? What caused all this? If I may
Oh,
ask.
yeah, no, it's fine. So I was on Retro's panel with like 4 other people, and Voices came on, and she just told us the story about Granny's watching. That I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't want to go into detail, but it involved her. She said that Granny's watching told her mods this story that how she was enjoying herself, having some lady time, and she using a toy, and she ended up injuring herself. So she started, bleeding a lot, and she had to go to the doctors. So when I heard that story, I mean, I thought it was funny because I didn't believe it. It doesn't sound believable to me. So I was like, what? Can you like? So the first part of the story, when she was telling it, she said that Granny was laying in bunk beds and that she shared a room with her child, and then she goes on with the injury. And I said, after she told the story, I said, wait, can you repeat that? And when she started repeating it, she started to say it again with the bunk beds. And I said, no, the second part of that, like the injury part, because I'm just trying to, in my mind, trying to think of like, that's not, it doesn't seem believable to me. So she heard that, and she ran over to another panel and jumped up on the panel and told everyone that I was sick and gross because I wanted the details of a mother, master whatever in front of their child.
Oh God.
Yeah. And she said my name. I was like, wait, what the fuck? That is absolutely not what happened. And so I don't know Granny's watching. So I actually thought maybe if I thought she would correct it, but she didn't. So, I just ranted about her for I don't know, a few weeks. It seemed like it was a while, and that's why. And because I think there might have been something after that, like, but that's what kicked it off because she heard the story, she twisted it, and she ran back onto someone else's panel and totally told a completely different version, and that's disgusting. That is so gross to say that I'm asking for the details of that.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off. And then after I think there was one other thing, but that I was bitching about, but I don't think she did anything else after that to me. Maybe she did. I can't remember, but that's pretty much how it started. And I just wanted her to now keep in mind that when this happened, like I said, I knew nothing. I mean, I only knew the bits and pieces that I had heard, in the community. I'd hear shit, but I didn't know her. I had listened to some of her lives, but I didn't know her personally. So I actually did think that there was a possibility that she might actually correct what she said, but she didn't. And then later on, I heard a bunch of stories from other people saying pretty much the same thing, that she had lied about them or exaggerated a story, and she just will never ever correct it. So when I realized that, that's when I decided, I'm done. I'm not. What's the point? What's the
Yeah, it's
point of?
pointless.
yeah, if she's not going to correct it, then and everybody else has been through this with her and she doesn't ever correct it, what's the point of continuing to bitch about her? If, you know, I'm pretty much, I said everything I could possibly say. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one really wants, and I understand absolutely, because no one wants to have like these false things thrown out. Like when I was like listening, when you know, when a certain person was up here like ranting about me, I was like, wait a minute, drug addict, this like this CPS call, this and that. This. I'm like, wait, what? I couldn't even follow. Like there was accusation after accusation after insult thrown. I'm like, I have, you know, I had to look back and write it all down what I was being accused with. Like I was like, what? Like,
well, that's how I
Yeah.
feel with honestly, and I hate to, you know, I don't mean to put you in a bad spot here, but I will tell you that that's exactly what I go through with Space Monster almost every day or every time I go live. I mean, this woman will go on her community tab. She's written that I'm an alcoholic, that I'm on drugs, that I had my children removed. I mean, all the
and it's hard to disprove that. Like, how are you gonna prove that you're not a drug addict? How are you gonna
oh, I
prove
don't,
like how are
I
you
don't
gonna
even
prove
care
that
to.
Right.
I have no desire to disprove anything that comes from her. So, but it's just like you said, you know, I've wondered, like, where the fuck did that come from? Where, like, how did you get to that? And, you know, I can't stop her. She'll, you know, she will just continue to say the things that I don't know if she believes them or if she's intentionally lying. I don't know. But I know the feeling because of her. And she's really the only person that I have a problem with.
Hang
Because,
on one sec.
and
I gotta let my dog in.
yeah, and there's a ton of other things. Like she'll say that, you know, I was a plant in Lemonade's channel, that I was working for Critical K. Like these are some bizarre things, and I can't address those things because they're so, to me, they're fucking crazy.
Ash.
So I can't.
Yeah.
Who's Lil
But,
Windex?
but one thing
Brian.
I can really prove, like that
Hey,
CPS,
Brian.
that, like out of all these kind of, you know, I can live with being called a drug addict and this and that and old, even though I'm not even 40 yet. Allegedly I'm old now, but the CPS stuff, I can actually prove that I never called. I can actually prove that that person who used to claim that had like a court, like but I'm not going to talk too much. But I will make a stream about that very, very soon.
Who? I don't.
Where I just prove that, because
Someone
that
said
was
you did that.
there was an accusation on that stream that I called CPS on someone,
Oh,
and then I see. And that's another thing, when that person was saying I dox everyone, like, and I was asking in the chat, name names, and he couldn't, like that, like, where are all these people that I have doxed, like, where are all these people at, like. And I mean, Ash, I do appreciate Ash, like, people don't even know Ash, she doesn't have to, but she will speak up, like, I caught her, she doesn't even know that I sometimes watch. She will, if people say trash about me, she
Brian's
will correct
comment.
it in the chat, and I appreciate you, Ash. And Ash was typing in the chat, she never called CPS and stuff, and she knows, like, because that same person accused Starlight, accused other from the ponies, you know, Mandolin knows, like, I mean. But I appreciate Ash for actually, you know, defending me every now and then. I really do.
Well, and see, and this is,
And she doesn't have to, and she does it. You know, that's why. And
people usually tease because it's always cheesy using the word peace and stuff, but that is always why I repeatedly have to say that. When you have to explain to somebody, I'm sure you guys have had to do it a million times. I know Nikki has, of just from explaining why you're not going to attack someone on someone else's behalf, whether you know them or not. You know, it's like, well, it's not like I'm not a bodyguard.
Actually,
and I'm not like
Robbie,
it's one thing to call things out, but
Robbie and I, and we've said this so many times, but we actually have an agreement about that. That as far as, you know, he's friends with people I don't like, and vice versa, and it doesn't affect our friendship because I value and my friendship with him enough to not give a fuck. I wouldn't let anybody else, you know what I mean, like, come in between our friendship. If if we end our friendship, it's going to be because of some fuck shit he did, but
Mhm.
not anybody else. You know, and
Yeah,
they'll
because
probably
everything's
involve.
my fault
Yes,
all the time.
yes, absolutely, it is. Yes. I mean, I don't want to bring up the frogs or anything, but I will. You
Fuck
know,
off. But
but
what
yeah,
about like even with Scotty and TT though? Like I don't agree with, you know, if TT's saying she's gonna call her job or doxing her boyfriend and stuff. So I'm letting that be known. Like that's not okay. So I
But
don't support that. I'm not gonna be a part of that. And
what is that TT's reasoning? Because look, I don't follow Scotty around. I don't know where she's at.
love you,
But
Brian.
as far as I see, she goes live every she's kind of like me. She goes live like every other month or so. Like it's not like she goes live every day, and she might talk shit in a chat or something. But does that warrant like doxing her job? Like does that warrant you know, going in her real life like that? Like come on, TT, like that's fucked up.
Well, and what I was saying was like peace is like cheesy and all that shit, but think about it. Things get way out of hand because for me, I've been open. When people have doxed me, I've fucking done it right back. Is it okay?
Mhm.
No, it's not okay for me to do in return at all. But things don't get to that point. I'm not making excuses for doxing and all that. But if you like choose to work it out or just tell each other to fuck off, and just stop, then you're going
that's
to
what I
save
prefer.
yourself that bullshit in the long run. Unless this person is completely unhinged, unreasonable, and they're going to do what they're going to do. So we have to make a decision either to, okay, well, fine. You have peace on my end, whether you accept it or not. I'm fucking moving on. But then you do have those people that poke and poke and poke, and then they get a response. And then all of a sudden you're back to square one again. Like at the very beginning of all the bullshit, back to 2018, 19,
Hmm.
fucking 1982 when you were born, they
Hmm.
start doxing your birth certificate and all that bullshit.
The doctor who delivered you, dragging
Yeah,
him into shit.
exactly. What the weather was that day,
Hmm.
who your mom slept with, who your real dad is.
I don't know either one of those things. No, I do actually. I just recently found out.
Oh,
But
and
yeah.
allegedly, I learned that I don't have a family. That I learned
Oh.
too. Apparently, like oh, I guess I was like Jesus, you know, from a virgin. I came out of a virgin too. Apparently, and I don't know.
Well, not only
Yeah.
making up rumors about people, but also what annoys me is the twisting of words. Kind of what you're saying, what Manda does is they will sit there and to this day, first of all, people call me the P word because that's really all the only harmful thing they're going to do at this point. And the reason they do that is because that one day, I don't remember if it was Marissa's or Laura's panel, but people were talking specifically why I jumped on the panel. I think it was Marissa actually, because Marissa said people who do that, they're going to burn in hell for eternity. And they were talking about pedos and stuff. And so for me, just for my faith, I went up there and I was like, I don't believe that, you know, people are condemned to hell. I believe people can change no matter who you are. And like, it's not up to us to forgive. And I was stating just my faith because the religion part was brought up. And then next thing you know, oh my God, he's sympathizing. No, if I was sympathizing with P words, I would be supporting the act of it. That I'm not doing that. I'm saying with murder, no matter where you're at in your life right now, you may be addicted to drugs, sex, wanting to murder people nonstop like I do to darling Nikki, and I crave
Yes.
each day. But
Yes.
you can change. I believe God, if he could move mountains, my faith is he can do anything. And if you pray and you really want to change and do better, he can heal you of anything, no matter what it is. That's my faith. And so because of that, I am a pedo sympathizer and I support the
Who
no.
calls can you name a few names who calls you that?
Captain Kangaroo, Space Monster, AJ, Manderlin, Hooker.
Oh, so the same Manda who was so upset about that Epstein comment, which was clearly not that. Of course, he's not Epstein. Like who? Like come on now, motherfucker. But that same who was outraged about that calls you that. So she doesn't want to be called that. But even if it's like it wasn't, the P word wasn't even brought up in my in my comment really.
Right.
But she calls you that, but she wants to be outraged over that fucking Ghislaine Maxwell comment and that Epstein comment that I made. I mean, come on now.
Right. And see, and Brian, like even with Brian's comment, like I disagree with that. I don't think God hates anyone. Like nobody. I don't think he's even capable of hating. And we may have our own judgment of what we think of people, but God knows their every thought, their every move, everything. So, and as far as like reformed and statistics and all that kind of stuff, like I don't base my faith on statistics. I go straight to God. That's why I don't go by the Bible. Like I go straight to God. And I believe like the way that people interpret, because there is a verse in the Bible that says, if you are harming children, you're better off to like have a weight basically tied to you around your neck to the bottom of the ocean. And I mean, that can be interpreted in so many different ways as far as how fucked up your life is going to be after that, like suffering.
Well,
I don't believe
I
eternal
what you
damnation.
what you said, the way that I understood what you said is that God can change them. God can, I guess, fix them, which obviously I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But you didn't say that that he does do that. I think there's a difference in saying,
Right.
We know that God can do this, but God also gave us free will. And so I know that God he can do anything, but he does
Well,
not.
here's
I
a good
think there's
example.
a difference.
I love Joyce Meyer. Everybody knows that. I do not go strictly on the Bible, but I go based on just my experience and other people with their experiences and stuff. And a lot of people don't know, but Joyce Meyer is very open about her father
Brian
having
just left
sex
a
with
really
her
good
her
comment.
entire childhood up until I think she moved out of the house. And her father got sick near the end of his life, well, old, and she took care of him and she brought him to Christ. And he apologized and he came to terms with everything he did, and he knew he was dying. So for me, if people were to sit there and tell me, oh no, he went to hell no matter what, I'm like, you don't know that. And he's a perfect example of remorse and changing and the love that she gave him in the end of his life and stuff. And I don't believe
Well,
God has a hateful bone in his body.
Brian said he can't God. He's talking about God. He said he can, but they have to ask for it, which is, I think that's, important.
Yeah, that's why I believe in reincarnation and correcting and perfecting ourselves until we can actually be at that level of wisdom and knowledge to enter, to even exist in heaven, because we have to be, all knowing and experienced and have that level of wits about us to even exist there. So I
Do
believe.
you know, since you brought up Joyce Myers, it's actually funny. Over here in Germany, there's obscure little channels, like one particular where her commercial comes, like she has like a commercial where they show like clips of what she's talking, and they like dubbing it like it's a German woman like doing over like translating her.
Voiceover.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know exactly who that is. She's like a short-haired woman, and she walks around and she talks. She's like a evangelist. Like, yeah, she's over here too. Like she's there's literally like commercial on a little channel with her in the morning.
That's
Like I
funny.
think Sunday mornings or something that they're.
Well, I like her
Bible.
because she doesn't sugarcoat shit. And she's very open about like, mind your own fucking business, like mind your own faith. She stresses that. And I like that because like, even though Brian and I may disagree, or me and a million other people, people will always say kind of what Brian said, like it's written that way, but I'm very open that I do not believe the Bible is fully correct. I believe my faith and my relationship is. That's where we differ. That's a whole other subject.
Doesn't she also sell like DVDs
Miracles
and
can
books
happen. I
and
don't
shit?
go by the
She
Bible.
sells like books and shit too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that always comes like you can dial a number and you can order her. even over here. Like she's known over here. Like I mean, it's not a big chat. It's not like a major channel, but it's like I guess people
I'm
over
on her
here
mailing
buy
list.
her stuff too.
She physically mails me stuff. Well, her
I just listened
ministry.
to the murder case a few hours ago that one of her bodyguards
Yeah.
did.
Have you seen her interview?
No.
Her, like, they questioned her and stuff. Watch that. It's on YouTube.
No, I was just listening to it as I was puttering around trying to clean, and as soon as I heard, I didn't know that was what the case that I was listening to until they said that he worked for, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But like, as far as the Bible, I've always said it's like a cookbook to me. It's got a lot of good ingredients and recipes that have worked for people and can teach everyone something. But some people are allergic to shit, and we have our own experience in life to live. So that's how I look at it. But anyways, does anybody have anything else to say? And I'm so glad you came
No,
up,
I'm
German
ready
lady.
to drop off. But before I drop off, Robbie, we're good. Of course, I got a little bit upset, and I was disappointed, but I'm not holding on to that, honestly.
Yeah, and like in the
I
future,
think you probably would handle it different.
oh, definitely, yeah. Like
You
if
probably were overwhelmed with that, and
yeah, I'm definitely gonna be, because I usually don't even let a lot of people on my panel, especially if I don't really talk to them very
After that,
often. So,
he was like exhausted. I remember he was
yeah,
like, "What the fuck was that?"
yeah.
I
I
was
don't
like,
know.
I'll be very honest. Like, I was really on the edge to go live and to fucking drag COVID. Like, I was like
Oh
literally, I
no.
was ready to. But then I was thinking, okay, I know now I have enough self awareness that I kind of know how I am. So I was thinking, okay, I left a comment under his stream to let him know my displeasure, and I was thinking, okay, let time fly a little by. So and then after a few days I was like, okay, I mean, too happy I'm not, but it's not, I'm not gonna go at him for this. Like, I'm not gonna
Okay, I don't know if you were asked that, but what started this situation between you and COVID?
I don't really want to bring this, like, honestly,
Oh.
like, I don't feel like this is the place to bring this over here, because I don't even I really think Robbie was uncomfortable what was even brought over here, and I don't really want to do the same thing
Yeah.
that he
No,
did.
that's fine. That's fine.
I
Yeah, it
keep
was
it
just
for my channel. Honestly, I keep my bullshit for my channel.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Okay.
know,
Is it on your channel? I mean, just I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I'm just curious. Is it
There's a few clips. If you
okay?
want to know, I have a playlist called Hidden Gems. If you're
I'll
nosy, go
be
look at it.
I'm very nosy because he's coming for me now. He's already dragged me, and I don't
Yeah,
know,
I'm
and I
telling
don't
you,
know why.
all I say is this: don't call me out for doxing when I literally have clips where you dox people. Like, I mean, come on, like,
Hey, Justin.
that's all I'm saying. That's.
See, and I'm
Mhm.
hopeful that eventually down the road, hopefully that'll even be worked out. But
Ah,
like you said, like next time any of that kind of stuff happens, I'm just gonna be like, okay, well, no, I'm not gonna.
My ride's here. Gotta go.
yeah,
Yeah,
but we're good. We're good, Robbie. Yeah,
good. I'm glad.
and Nikki, we're fine. And
Oh, I
Me
I,
and
wouldn't
Nikki,
worry.
we're not.
I
I'm
hope
not
we,
fine with him.
I
No,
know I
fuck you,
don't catch
Nikki.
your stuff a lot, but I'll try to jump on yours at some point too.
No, I mean you're a mod for me, so I know
Oh,
we're good.
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have, if I were you, I would not forgive Robbie.
Ah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying.
I'm not,
I was hoping you would drag him, but
I had
go
some
forget.
people say, yeah, you know how people are, look, I told you that's how he is, and but
Yeah, they come out
I
of the woodwork.
if I'm being completely honest, I had a situation, Nicolina, I'm getting along with Nicolina, and there was a person in my
Mhm.
chat that I also get along, and Nicolina took shots at that person in my chat who I get along with, and that
Ooh.
person got mad at me over that too. So, but it wasn't on the same level. Like, it was like a little, it just was a little dig, but I was kind of in the same position, and I was like, how I handled it. It was I moved the topic. I was like, can we move on? Like but that person was mad at me too after that. So I mean, that's why. I mean, these kind of things do sometimes happen, and I don't think that Robbie dislikes me to like purposely let people on here to trash me.
No, I didn't
Do
even
I think
know you
do
were
I think
fighting
he
with.
could have handled it better? Yes, but I mean, people do make mistakes, and I don't think
Well, it is disrespectful though, and I'm just gonna say this: like anyone for that to even be done, I won't say any names,
yes,
but the
yes,
way that happened, I have
yeah,
to say it was very disrespectful because when Robbie gave somebody the link and he was like, "Okay, here you go," and I don't know if he asked for anyone else wanted to come up, which is people come up on the panel all the time, but when you do that, and whether or not if that the creator is friends with the person you're angry at, I do feel like that is disrespectful. There's
yeah.
a
And
time and place for everything, and
Nikki,
this was not the place for it.
he came up here and said he was looking for me. Like he literally followed me here to like that to me was like the weird. Like when I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, I don't go to places where you are, but here you are, like literally following me. That channel has. He was talking about makeup mobster. No, it was a whole.
Oh yeah,
That was
that's what
like,
I was talking about.
why bring that over here in the first place, And then of course, I mean, Lycan wanted to talk to whatever AC. So I mean,
Yeah.
and then whatever.
Yeah,
I
I
invited him to my panel to fucking fight with me, but he didn't take me up on that. So he decided to go over to his panel and do it, which is perfectly fine, I guess.
Yeah.
see it turned into like Ricky Lake, Jerry Springer, and I was not prepared for that. And
Yes.
I'm always willing to, if people are willing to like talk, that's fine. But I mean, obviously, it's not going to be productive if it's just like
The thing is
shouting.
this, like, I can handle words absolutely because I'm very like, I throw stuff out too. Like I'm not like innocent.
Mhm.
Like I have a mouth on me too. Absolutely. The thing is this though, many people in your chat, they don't really know me like that. Like it's not like I mean, I'm coming here regularly pretty much, but
Yeah, for like
most of
years.
Robbie's subscribers are not really my subscribers that much, and if they hear stuff like CPS caller and they hear stuff like that, like the stuff that got thrown out,
Yeah.
and they don't really know me, and they might believe that, and that to me is like that kind of bothered me. I mean, I heard it all about me, but that I was like thinking like, wait a minute, they might believe all that. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I totally get that. Like, and that's why I'm sorry I didn't even take that into consideration. It was, to me, I mean, really the reality of it was watching all this chaos kind of break. It was kind of comical to me, like people fighting and then Lycan and that guy were kind of funny fighting back and forth. And then when more fighting, I was like, oh God, it was,
and then the other thing he said, like identifying as a woman. Like Robbie, if you want, I can send you a copy of my ID. Like
I
my
thought you were
whole
going to say
no,
name,
something
my
you
else.
don't need
whole
to do
name.
that.
First of all, my whole name is female, and I have my IDs, like everything. Like why is he saying that kind of shit? Like to me, that's like he's going by fucking secondhand, uh, fucking malicious gossip that got thrown around. But I mean, if he thought that, why was he like a year plus ago sending me putting like roses in the chat and hearts in the chat? If he thinks that about me, like that makes like no sense to me at all. But but that to me is weird, and it's not like people have literally doxed me, called my police. They know damn well that I'm a female. Like I mean,
Well, yeah, I
whatever.
mean, even, and that's where it like, it just goes way beyond what it should. Like, who care? Like, I don't care if people have a penis or anything. I mean, if they start talking about mine, that's when I pull it out and put it on my green screen, like I did on Morbid's.
Exactly, Ash, and that's why I do appreciate Ash that much, because I watched the replay, and she was vocal in the chat, like she was trying to correct, and and kudos to your chat too. Like they're not. I most of the people, they were like they didn't want to even hear all that. Honestly, like for what I saw, like I have to
Yeah.
conclude this. Like for what I saw, they didn't really want to hear
We're
all that.
interested.
What was said.
Yeah. And see, I have a tendency, like when people are upset, if they're not upset at me, if I'm like listening to them vent, especially on private phone calls, just to let them go and get it out. And then, but in the future, like publicly, if that happens again, I'm going to be like, okay, say it somewhere else, or, you know, because I don't want it to be looked at that it's coming from me, or I'm not doing anything to, obviously I can't tell people what to do, but just
It
not
did
hear.
happen really fast. Like it came out of nowhere. So
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Lani, and you are gorgeous too, in my opinion. And I saw clips where they put like singing like a male, and they you know how these AI where you can mix people's faces together, and I saw a clip where they put like Lani's face into a in mixed with a man's face, and make her sing or something. Like that's fucked up too. Like Lani is a woman. Like get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, honestly.
But see, wouldn't you rather have a conversation, even if it's a little bit difficult, than to fucking take the time to do all this other shit, putting your face on someone else's and all that bullshit? No, and that's why shit gets out of hand, and stuff like that does happen. I'm not defending what people do to Lonnie or anyone, but I'm just saying all the digs going back and forth and back and forth. And I guess that's what people like or crave sometimes. But for me, I'd rather just have peace of mind and be like, dude, I don't want it getting to the point where people are going after my family, Manda, or people like that. And people just don't shut the fuck up. And I've even tried to be peaceful with them. I've emailed them, Hooker, and they're like, don't email me again. Like making it sound like I was harassing them. I'm like, dude, I was like being polite, but fuck you too. So there's some people that simply don't want resolution.
Yeah. One thing, and now I remember what he said. Also, what I kind of want to correct. Like he tried to shame me for, like, he tried to say I've never saw her with a guy on here, or with a girl, or he was trying to say like he never saw me with someone on here. I'm not using YouTube as Tinder. I'm not using YouTube as a love connection. I get laid in real life. Like that was like the weirdest thing that I heard out of all these, like he never saw me with another person, like on here, like in a relationship or something like that. You want to shame me of that? Like I'm not using YouTube as to Tinder, dear buddy. I'm not that's not the purpose why I'm here. That was weird. When I heard that, I was like, wait a minute, is he serious now? You want to shame me for that? Like
well, and see, and that's why people end up going real life too. It's because people get so invested in talking about other people's lives. It's not okay to do in return, but it's like, okay, what's so fucking great about your life? And that's how people go back and forth.
And if I ever, Robbie, if I ever would like be like in a whatever, like whatever you want to call it, romantically involved with another YouTube person, I would not tell that the world. I would still shut my mouth, honestly. Like I would not put this, because you see a lot of negative examples floating around all over YouTube when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, or even shit. I kind of wish I would have never told people I got married, because they felt, if Michael's not in the room, or if I said I was having a bad day or something bad happened, oh, he's getting divorced, he's getting kicked out of his house. And then they look of whose name's on my house, which Manda and Hooker did. And they just go into it's like, why are you so invested in my fucking relationship? Yeah, I stream my wedding and stuff, but why is it so important to you? Even if I got a divorce, or no matter what, I'm still hot. So I'll fucking have sex with 10 million other people, and I'll fuck Nikki's husband.
I'm telling you, most here probably don't have a problem to find someone to have some kind of intercourse if we want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, even Manda and Hucker, look, they found each other. The scraps.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I got to get to finishing my laundry and stuff.
Yeah.
But thank you for coming up, and
Yeah.
and Nikki
And
too.
I'm glad
'cause-
that we talked, and I'm glad. And Nikki, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah,
It
I missed you.
happens. It happens rarely, but when it happens, it's always good. Same
I
goes
just
for
felt like you
Robbie.
abandoned us and you just moved on to bigger and better things. And I was just like,
No, I'm actually like I said, most of the time if I'm on YouTube, then I'm going on like really smaller places, honestly. You don't
well,
really see me like in these popular big channels.
yeah, no, I'm the same way actually. I don't
you-
really do
these
big
times
channels.
are over. I don't have to cloud chase. I don't have to I barely go live anyway, and it's not. I reached now. See, that's the thing. People have my name in their mouth. I don't even stream that much, and I just recently hit 6K, over 6K subscribers, and I don't
Wow,
even stream.
congratulations.
Like I have like 3, 4, 5 channels having my name in their mouth.
That's
And
good though.
they what people don't realize is that's promotion too. Like even if it's negative, people are nosy and they want to see what that person is about, what they're talking about, so whatever. Thanks for the promotion, I guess.
Free
Exactly.
advertisement. And you didn't
But
even
I
have to
do
do anything.
upload, even if I'm not going live, I do upload. Like I said, I have like playlists where I put on a lot of unlisted videos, and I do upload almost daily little videos here and there.
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
have to check.
And I agree, Healing Time. They have their own problems.
Those
But
who talk about others live, obviously. Yeah. A lot of things, it's projection. A lot of stuff is projection.
yep.
I think too, a lot of times when people, if they don't like you and they're out here and they're saying like all these horrible, horrible things, I mean, well, I think everybody knows this is how they want others to perceive you. This is what they want you to be. They want these things to be true, or they want people to believe these things are true about you. And I mean, fuck all of them. I don't care. I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry.
Well, they don't. No, I know what you're saying. They don't want people to see you in a positive light at all. If they
Exactly.
see people liking you, it bothers them.
And that speaks
Like,
volumes.
yeah. But they're just gonna have to deal with it.
I'm just excited to go to the Hidden Gems playlist.
That's where she's
know
going
this-
right now.
I don't have much. See this part of YouTube. I come most of the time because I like Robbie. I want to support us. I'm not really invested in all this grannies watching like and stuff. Of course, I kind of know what's going on, but not fully to a
Yeah.
point where I could go live about them. But if I catch something, I might include clips here and there too.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I know a little bit about a lot of the gossip, but I don't have the full story, I don't think, on most of it.
Most of the time I don't want to unless it's like super entertaining to me. I like
But I'm currently looking for. I have a few throwback Mrs. P stuff. Oh, I hope she doesn't strike me. She's probably listening right now.
oh, she
I have
does
a-
she deletes all her stuff. She can't strike.
Yeah, I have like stuff from like 2 years ago. A few clips on there too, and I try to get that negligee stuff of her too.
See, I like if I listen to drama stuff, I like listening when people like aren't doing all the nasty shady shit, and like when German lady your rants, when you're just fucking going on a rant.
Oh,
I like that because you're like getting it out of your system. Yeah, maybe you say
Yeah.
some shitty
But
stuff
I
that you're not
calmed
doing in
down
real life.
quickly after. I like I said, like that day when that happened, Robbie, I was really ready to go in. Like I was like, I was really pissed. But then I was like, okay, let's just calm it down. I left a little comment under that stream, and I was thinking, okay, let's see how he responds. And I was thinking, okay, just wait a
I
little.
think I did respond to it, didn't I?
Yeah,
leave
you
a
did,
comment?
and that's
Yeah.
why I was thinking, okay, let's see. And then I was okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if you react too soon, you know, and I did that in the past, you know. That's why I was kind of waiting with my reaction, because I was like, yeah, before I say, because I know how my mouth works. If I'm really in a pissed mode, you know, I can get out of hand. That's why I was rather waiting, you know.
You're talking to the king of reacting too soon. I've even had Nikki on the phone with me and Amy the night
God.
that was my major, the relapse night. That was like the
Wow.
crazy night. They were on the phone with me for probably an hour. And I was like,
Longer
they're like,
hours.
just don't go live. Don't. I was like, yeah, I'm not. And then I just hung up. Next thing you know, I'm live all night.
We were on the phone with him. He was losing his shit. I can't even remember what it was about. And we were on the phone with him, and we finally calmed him down. We talked him off the ledge. It was great. And we're like, yeah, we were telling him, don't do it. Do not do it. Because, you know, we didn't want him to go live and get crazy in the state that, you know, he was in. And so we hang up, and I'll never forget it. Amy and I, we were just like, thank God. And then we were
It was
exhausted.
the
So we got off
Mexi
the
stuff.
Oh,
You know,
and then you know what happened? After literally like a minute after that, Amy goes, "He's live." I was like, "Oh my God." And he turned his phone off, so we couldn't even call him.
Yep. You had to call the hotel that I checked into, even pretend to be my
that's
wife.
Fucking.
Yep.
Can't
See,
believe you did
Locomai
that.
knows.
since Locomai is now that reminds me, Locomai, I hope everything is right. Locomai is such a sweet person, by the way. But
She is.
and also someone who I completely changed my mind on. Scarlett is is a sweet person too. Like I kind of had a not so like when you know, I was watching Natasha Cooper there for you know, for a while, and I didn't have first like that big of an opinion on Scarlett, but she's a sweet person. Yeah. And
Well, I think it's
but
all about the setting too, because
Mhm.
where people hang out, like in certain settings, it's going to be, you know, certain topics or against certain people. So you just see like a different side of them there. And then
yeah.
in other places or on their channel, you know, they're talking about their interests. So for me, that's why I like to give people a chance, because I'm like, well, yeah, they were an asshole then. But even people I didn't like, I
Yeah.
like now.
I mean, I can be an asshole too. I mean, it's not like I'm always nice and sweet. But since the point was, since Locomai is now here, you know what I really miss, Robbie? We should do like a karaoke stream again, like with what's her name, Emu, and what's the
Oh,
woman's
Van and
name?
Emu.
Emu and
Van.
yes,
Yeah.
Van and Emu and Locomai and you. Like, we should do that together
See,
again, like a karaoke stream.
don't like karaoke streams really anymore, because they remind me when I was like a heavy drinker, and I would always do that late at night, and like it kind of is triggering. But something fun would be fun, like a mystery dinner or something fun.
Something like
Yeah.
maybe like on a Sunday or something when nothing really is going on anyway.
Yeah.
Because Sunday I don't really like going live on Sundays, because Sunday is kind of like a dead day, like almost like Saturday night, because Saturday almost everyone is fucking live. Then
Yeah.
I don't see a point to going live. But like Sunday, like on a chill Sunday, like doing like a karaoke or even like a prank call stream or something like that.
Those are
I
good.
mean,
I love when you do your prank calls.
yeah, I haven't done this in over 2 years. Like, it's time.
Oh,
But, you know.
Yeah, Nikki
it's
could
been that
strip
long.
for us as usual.
Yeah.
And we can have fun.
Yeah.
And when my
I'll do that.
movie's done, I'm going to premiere it as a mystery dinner thing. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, Lani too, like Locomai, Lani, Van, Emu.
We'll have to go over to Sirens for that. He likes the karaoke
Yeah,
stuff.
we can do that. I have to subscribe to him. I'm not even sure that I'm subscribed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he usually does it on Sundays at 6 p.m. my time. So I have no idea what time that'd be across the world. But I'm going to go pee and finish my laundry. But thank you guys for coming up. Except Nikki.
No problem. I'm glad we talked.
I'm glad I talked to you too, German lady.
Yeah.
Not Robbie.
Yeah. Everyone in the chat, take care. Lurkers, take care. Nikki, nice talking to you. Robbie, a pleasure. With that being said, till the next time, I'm out. Bye. Peace, everyone.
German
Bye.
lady has left the building.
Oh,
You forgot your signature.
that's what I was waiting for.
And now Nikki
You
can get the fuck out of the
forgot.
building.
Yeah, why don't you say it with passion and boot me? Because I don't feel like
Wait, what's a good
clicking.
way to boot you? Nikki, I am sick and tired of you sending me videos
I don't.
of you
First
sticking
of all,
frogs in your crevices where
that is
no frog belongs. So you need to get off my panel. You could go sit in the toad pond where you belong. Oh, have fun with the puppies. Do you have anything to say?
I'm waiting for you to boot me.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
you even do that
Go
properly?
get in your fucking frog pond. All right, guys. I gotta pee and I gotta go. Love you. We'll end with this clip just for Hooker and Manda, and then goodbye. This fucking bitch just doxed me. This fucking bitch just doxed me! No chance.